Now, Britain's MI5 investigators have stopped a suicide bomb plot to kill Prime Minister Theresa May. Two men in their 20s are suspected of conspiring to attack a residence at Downing Street, armed with a bomb, suicide vests and knives. WION's Mandy Clark has the story.
Intelligence agents say the men wanted to blow up a bomb disguised as a bag and then attempt to kill Theresa May in the ensuing chaos, armed with a suicide vest, pepper spray and a knife. The accused, Namir Zajaria Rahman and Mohammed Akib Imran, have been charged with planning acts of terror. The latest plot comes against a backdrop of claims from security officials that Britain is facing a heightened terrorist threat. Security services have foiled 9 attacks in the last year. It was a joint police and MI5 operation that foiled the attack. Security chiefs believed that the men were in the late stages of planning it and arrested them at gunpoint. It also appears that they were inspired by the Islamic State terror group. This thwarted attack highlights the extreme threat the UK is under. This year alone, 36 people have died in terror attacks in Manchester and London. And counterterrorism officers say that hundreds of people remain under investigation. Mandy Clark, WION, London.
And joining us this evening is Mandy Clark, WION's bureau chief in London. Mandy, let's begin with the latest that we have on investigations. Who are these men and who's behind this plot?
Well, what we know is not a lot, that they are young men. They were 20 years old, that they were, one of them was from North London. That's what we do know. And they were inspired by Islamic State, but we don't have proper links to Islamic State just yet. There's not a lot of detail on that. We do know they weren't able to get any of the explosive material that was required for this plot, and that's really considered a coup for the security services. But how these men were plotting at those details and their links, we don't have that yet. We do know that security services took it very seriously and moved very quickly to arrest them.
This news comes at a time when Britain faces an increased terror threat from Islamist militants, and we've seen attacks over the year, this year. How is this report being received in the press and among the people? What are they saying about a bid on the Prime Minister, no less?
I think they take it very seriously. Overall, in many ways, Londoners specifically aren't shocked because there has been repeated attacks, and each attack seems to try to be more spectacular than the other one. When I mean spectacular, I mean traumatic, but each attack seems to try and go over and above the another one. So the fact that the Prime Minister was considered to be an acceptable target probably doesn't surprise most people. The fact that it reached late stages is a worry, and we do know there's active terror plots happening in Britain, and that's why the threat level remains critical. It believes that there are terror plots in the plans looking to strike the British soil. It isn't critical, and the critical level is when there's imminent attack happening. So it means the security services do have their work cut out for them, constantly trying to foil these plots before they take place.
And final question, has the Prime Minister herself made a statement?
She hasn't yet. She is expected so far only to speak about other international issues, such as what is happening with Israel vis-a-vis Jerusalem. She hasn't talked specifically on this terror plot. It's unlikely that she will. It's only, it seems to be, where she's willing to speak after an atrocity. But it's certainly shaken a lot of MPs who have faced repeated attacks at Westminster and now Downing Street, the residence of the Prime Minister.
Indeed. Mandy Clark, thanks very much for that update from London.